Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. And today we're going to be talking about the new moon in Aquarius. This is a huge energy. I'm so excited about this moon, as I always am. But this one is really, really big and really, really powerful. There's a lot of energetic potential here. So we're going to get into all of the details of that, and we're going to pull some cards to find out some of the other energies that we're going to be working with during this new moon as well. I want to apologize. Well, I guess not apologize isn't the right word, but I want to warn you guys in advance. Mercury is still in retrograde as I'm recording this video, and I am stumbling over my words like a motherfucker, to be to be blunt about it. So we're gonna see how this goes. The messages are gonna get out, but I may be having to kind of like untangle my tongue from time to time. We've been talking about this energy of how, especially in earnest, starting in 2020, but starting way before that, really in like 2000, I would imagine. I was not paying attention to energy the way I do now back then, but it makes sense with the numbers. But definitely in like the final throes of it, from 2020 to 2022, we had this powerful alignment with the ones, the twos, and the zeros. All of the dates that contained these number codes were huge as far as restructuring, or what I like to call recoding the matrix. So we've been breaking down the old system. We've been updating the code, kind of like if this was a computer program, right? We've been reprogramming everything and shifting all the old energies. And as we move into 2023 and we add the number 3 into this number sequence, we move into the energy of creation. So now we are beginning that process of creating what's next, creating the new. We've been dismantling the old, and yes, in the outer reality, we still see the old being dismantled, and we will for some time. We can see evidence of this as we look at Pluto, and we are going to be doing a video about Pluto's transit into the sign of Aquarius coming up here very shortly, because this is a huge energy for 2023, and it happens on 3/23/23, so 3/23/23, which is really cool. That's when Pluto hits 0 degrees of Aquarius for the first time. But Pluto will be moving back and forth this year between Capricorn and Aquarius, and I do believe in 2024 as well. I have a whole list of, I forget what video it was, where I talked about, I went through the specifics of when Pluto moves back and forth into Aquarius, Capricorn, all of that, and then anchors firmly into Aquarius. And when I do the Pluto entering Aquarius video, I'll give you guys that exact information again. So don't worry about that right now. But know that as Pluto dips back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius, we are still, it's like the dismantling in Capricorn, and then the new creation energy in Aquarius, kind of like buffering us back and forth. And there is, of course, kind of a lag time in manifested reality. And so even though the matrix has been recoded, and we have switched into a new brand new timeline, a brand new reality, we're still seeing the old reality because it hasn't quite caught up yet. And not everybody's consciousness has caught up yet as well. But just know that we are in that new energy now. You can choose to live in that new energy in every now moment simply by making that conscious choice. So continue to make that conscious choice. Continue to make the conscious choice to align with your highest and best timeline every single day, to align with these high vibrational energies. And that is exactly what will happen. That is what will be your reality. We are now creating the new templates for reality. It's really, really exciting stuff. And the reason that I'm bringing this up right now, and I want you guys, here I go again. I want you guys to pay attention. Whenever we have these dates with the ones, the twos, the zeros, and the threes, those are big energy days where we're receiving, they're essentially all like portals. So we're receiving a ton of light codes. There's a lot happening when these numerical codes are present in the dates. So pay attention to them. And this new moon in Aquarius is one of those dates. It's occurring on 1/21/23, January 21st, 2023. So 1/2/1/23. And if we add in the 20 of 2023, right, it would be 1/2/1/2023. But we're shortening it up when we talk about these dates, and we're just saying 23. But 1/2/1/23. So this is a big energy and just like a big opening that really allows us to get in there and shift our timelines very dramatically if we so choose, or stay in alignment with the timeline we've on if we are already aligned with the timeline that we've chosen, which is excellent. That means we're doing a great job. Stay in alignment with that, but continue to create and manifest on that timeline. Now, this new moon is happening at 1 degree of Aquarius, so there again we have the number 1. And it is within range of Pluto and Capricorn. Pluto is now, I believe, at 20. I'm gonna check this for you as far as the exact degree that Pluto is. Well, we'll look up the date of the full moon just to make sure. Pluto doesn't move very quick, but just to make sure we have the exact right degree here. 28 degrees of Capricorn. So this new moon's happening at 1 degree of Aquarius. And so we're feeling the vibrations and the energies of Pluto aiding in our transformation process. And really, I'm feeling bringing in some powerful light codes for us, especially when it comes to past life energies, when it comes to soul integration. Pluto's energies are going to be playing a big part in this. A lot of us are going to be really stepping into, and what's the way that I want to put this? Integrating more into our being, aspects of ourselves from other dimensions and realities. We call these past life aspects a lot because of the way that we as humans view linear time. But they're different multidimensional aspects of ourselves, our gifts, a lot of these energies. And with that sometimes comes some of the trauma as well. So we may be processing that out, and you may notice that as well. I know I went through a major purge yesterday. I wanted to get on here and do this video for you guys yesterday. I could not do it. I had so much emotion coming up within me. It was such a raw day for me, but I needed to purge that. I needed to release that. So allow yourself that process when it comes up for you. Some people may feel that during this or around this new moon. But we're going to be feeling a lot of inspiring energy as well. One of the things that's really cool about this new moon is that Uranus, being the ruler of Aquarius, is the ruler of this new moon, and Uranus is stationed direct during this new moon. Not only is Uranus stationed direct, Mars has just turned direct. Mars turned direct on it was the 18th or the 19th. All right, so pretty fresh. Or no, that's Mercury, sorry. Mercury stations direct on the 18th, and Mars stationed direct on the 111 portal, I think. So we have Mars freshly direct, we have Mercury very freshly direct, we have Uranus stationed, turning direct during the new moon. So that's a lot of powerful Uranian energy that we're working with, and Uranus is in a trine to Mercury. So remember, Mercury represents like more of our human mind, and Uranus represents our higher mind. So we have the lower, and by lower I don't mean lesser. All right, I just want to make sure that we all understand that. Our lesser and our higher minds coming into harmony, stimulating each other, right? Because that's a sex. I'm jumping ahead with the sextile. This is a trine. So they're supporting each other. They're talking to each other. They're supporting each other. They're working with each other. Our higher mind is stimulating our lower mind, bringing in more of those fresh downloads. Expect a lot of downloads, a lot of possible revelations. And they could be really simple revelations, simple yet profound. I had one of those revelations the other day, a couple of those actually, when I was, one was when I was receiving a healing session from one of my students. Really, oh my God, it was so incredible. It's always a beautiful moment when that happens, when you're able to receive from somebody who has been learning from you. And of course, we always learn from everyone that we teach, right? It's a symbiotic relationship. But just to feel how well they're working with the energies, it was just really, really beautiful. And I was really blessed to be a recipient of this healing and this beautiful energy that she was bringing through. And I had a beautiful realization then, and another one when I was giving a healing session to somebody a few days later. And I want to make little short videos about that, because I know a lot of people lose information in these long videos because not everyone has the bandwidth to watch the whole thing. So I am going to start breaking up things into bite-sized clips for the important things. But these were some really important realizations. The first one was that we transcend this third dimension and this earth game, as some like to call it, through loving it completely. So when we are in this energy of fighting and resisting the third dimension, oh my God, I can't wait to be out of this, I can't wait to be done with this, blah, 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 we're never going to be. Because the trick is to love it completely. And yes, love it means accept it, not just tolerate it, but accept it fully. Embrace it fully. When we can embrace this experience fully and love every bit of it, that's when we transcend it. And the second thing that came through was that self-love is really a simple concept. We try to make it really complicated, but it's as simple as making that choice. In any single moment, we can choose to love ourselves. And it's as simple as that. We don't need a reason for it. We don't need to explain why we're worthy. As soon as we start trying to explain why we're worthy of love, we fall out of the vibration of love. Right? As soon as we try to justify why it is that we should love ourselves, right? We're falling out of the vibration of it. It's not about the mind. It's about simply being in the heart, simply making that choice. Nothing else matters. My past doesn't matter. The stories about who I am don't matter. The way the world has treated me doesn't matter. None of that matters. I get the choice in every single moment. Do I want to love myself? Yes. Do I choose to love myself? Yes. And I move on from there. And that's it. And then I take the actions that show and exemplify that love every single day. I speak to myself in a loving way. I treat myself in a loving way. I make sure that others are treating me in a loving way as well. And if they aren't, then I remove them or I release them from my reality. I like release them from my reality better. So that was the other profound thing that came through. Surrounding, and they both have to do with love, right? It all breaks down to love. It really is that simple. Our human minds make it so complicated. That's why it's so important to get out of the mind and into the heart. And when we're in the heart, we can utilize the mind, but we don't want to be stuck here. And so I think this new moon in Aquarius is going to assist us in kind of like moving out of that lower mind, the monkey mind, into that higher mind. And the higher mind is synchronized with the heart. All right. What else do we want to, this moon, this is one of those times where we use that phrase, expect the unexpected. Literally anything could happen with all of this powerful Uranian energy. So just be ready for that. Know that this moon is very much focused on the Aquarian and Uranian principles of freedom. So we are looking to be free. We are being asked to set ourselves free. And anywhere where we are holding ourselves back, it's like first the understanding, and this is a download coming from the higher mind. The only thing truly holding us back is us. So if we are holding ourselves back, this moon is giving us the opportunity to set ourselves free. And remember, freedom exists in here too. It's not here. This is where we get trapped. This is where we are truly free. All right, so moving back into that heart energy again. But really allowing ourselves to set ourselves free. Seeing where it is that we have limited ourselves, where we have created the situations in our lives that make us feel bound, that make us feel imprisoned, and how it is that we can release the energy that creates those situations in the first place. How it is that we can choose to live in a constant state of freedom and liberation. That's what this moon is all about. Powerful change. Let's see. Mercury, who is trine Uranus and recently or freshly stationed direct, is also going to be sextile the south node and trine the north node. And remember, Uranus is still loosely conjunct the north node. So this Uranus energy right in here, of course, as well. As we can see, this is what makes Mercury trine the north node, conjunct Uranus. I'm over explaining myself. We're going to leave it. You guys know, you guys are picking up on everything that I'm saying right now. So this aspect with the nodes is really assisting us in moving forward effortlessly, in releasing. It's like that sextile with the south node is helping us to understand, especially with these higher Uranian codes coming in, the significance of the past. But this trine to the north node is allowing us to let it go. It's like, okay, I understand it. I've received everything that I needed to receive from that experience. I'm time to release it. I'm ready to release it so that I can move forward. This is the energy here. Let's see. Ease of movement toward our soul development is what I put there. This is all about what is supporting my soul's growth and what is not, and releasing what is not. It's about breaking new ground. It's also, of course, about embracing our authenticity. What makes us unique, what makes us special. That is very much Aquarian energy as well. All right, you guys, we are going to pull some cards here. And I think I might plug in my laptop before I start doing this. I'll probably cut this part out, but if I don't, that's what I'm going to do right now. Just want to make sure this doesn't die on us. All right, there we go. So what are we going to pull first? All right, I'm being drawn right away to the Manifestation Moonology deck, which makes sense. As I said, this is a big manifesting moon, especially when it comes to working with timelines and shifting timelines. Clear. Our manifestations can be as simple as that. Simply shift into the timeline where you have everything that you desire. And I just put out a little short video on TikTok for those of you, I was going to say for those of you who really enjoy this channel, but I think anybody who's still watching this does. With the baby and everything, I don't have as much time to do the longer videos. Obviously, I'm still going to be doing them for you guys. And yes, the sneak peek into 2023 videos will be continuing to come out. It's taking a little time with the kiddo. But I usually have time while he's napping to do like a quick video for TikTok or something. So I have been posting more readings and stuff on there. So if you guys don't follow me on TikTok yet, it's CosmikKassia. And I have that linked in the description box below. So go ahead and check that out as well if you want like the quick little readings and stuff. But let's get a little energy. Like I said, you guys, it's the tongue twisters of Mercury retrograde. So the first card that we have coming out here is a Pisces energy. And it says, honor your feelings. First quarter moon in Pisces. And we just had that powerful full moon in Cancer, right? So there's a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion that was stirred up. And remember, with this new moon, we have that it is adjacent to Pluto. So that's going to be stirring up a lot of these deep feelings and emotions as well as the past life integrations. Once again, I was going to over-explain. And I think there's a reason that this keeps coming up in this video where I feel like I need to go back and like explain myself. I think for a lot of us right now, we're coming to a point where we realize that it's unnecessary to explain ourselves all the time. That maybe we explain ourselves a little bit too much. And I think that this is especially relevant when it comes to like defending the choices and decisions that we've made, the things that we've said, the things that we've done. I used to do this a lot when I was younger. Every single choice that I made, I felt the need to go into great detail about why I made that choice, everything that was influencing it. Because I had this deep need for people to understand where I was coming from. And there's a whole lot of freedom, and that's why this is coming up. Aquarius, freedom, Uranus, freedom. There's a whole lot of freedom when you realize that you don't need to do that anymore. And that's not necessarily why I'm doing it during this video. I think I'm just wanting to kind of like touch back on things and connect everything. But you guys are highly intelligent and you guys are picking up on everything. So I think it was more so that point could come up, because I think that people are going to relate to that energy of like the freedom that's coming when you realize, or that can come when you realize that you don't need to explain yourself to everyone. It's those little things. These are some of the little things that are going to be happening around the energies of this new moon, these little freedoms. It doesn't have to be like a huge, crazy thing that we're doing. What are the little ways that we can set ourselves free? And those little ways add up. The little things that we do on a daily basis, those are the things that really matter the most, because those are the things that really determine where it is that we're going. And when we get somewhere, that's what determines whether or not we stay. So yeah, honor your feelings. Honor whatever is coming up within you right now. Let's get some more energy on this. We have step up and lead, new moon in Capricorn, and new moon in Libra. Know you are loved. So a lot of new moon energy coming out for this new moon. And remember, this year of 2023, it's all about change. It's all about the new. There's so much new energy coming in for each and every single one of us. So, of course, we're going to be feeling a whole lot of new moon energy. And I think the new moons especially are going to be really powerful this year. So there is this need to step up in some area of our lives. And I think for some of us, it's like the way that we're being called to lead right now is by being open and honest and expressive about our feelings. And like an analogy or an example that's coming to mind right now, right, is like if we have children, we want to teach them that it's healthy to express their emotions, that it's healthy to have this process of being able to share their emotions. And so how do we do that? It's not just by telling them that, it's by showing them what that looks like. This is what the leading is. It's by being the example. And I think a lot of us are being called to be that example. And this isn't just with children, right? This could be with anyone in our lives. To be that example of what it looks like to honor our feelings. And this doesn't just mean sharing our feelings. What does honor your feelings mean? Honor your feelings means the actions that you take support the way that you feel. And I don't mean, I feel like I want to clarify here between feelings and emotions. Because our feelings, oh, this is really interesting, right? Our feelings come from the heart. Our feelings are what help us to understand and identify our truth. Our emotions are dictated by so many things, right? Our emotions are dictated by hormones. They're dictated by trauma when we're triggered. They're dictated by outside experiences. Our emotions are constantly shifting and changing. Our emotions, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm whatever. Those are emotions, and they shift and change rapidly. A lot of things can influence them. The energy's coming in, the solar flares, so much, right? So our feelings are more the truth within our heart that's being expressed. Our emotions, we don't want to make choices based solely on our emotions because they're always shifting and changing. But our feelings are different. And I don't know if I explained that well enough, sort of like the difference there. That came through more as a download. And for those of you who are familiar, sometimes I think we all receive downloads differently, but a lot of times when I receive them, it's more like a concept that's placed into my mind fully formed than it is like, it's not words. So then I'm trying to put it into words. And some of these concepts are a little bit beyond like what our vocabulary can adequately describe. So I hope I described that well enough. Honor your feelings by taking right action around them. But don't get them confused with your emotions. Your feelings are not reactionary. Your feelings are your truth. Your emotions are reactionary. So learning the difference between our feelings and our emotions and learning how to honor our feelings. Right? And like an example of this would be if we're in a relationship with somebody and we've voiced to them what we need over and over again and they're simply not following through. How do we honor our feelings in that situation? What is our feelings? Our feelings, our truth is, this is not supporting me. This person is not supporting me. This person and I are on different wavelengths. We have different values. What's important to me does not appear to be important to them. And when something is so important to me and I'm expressing it and it's not important to them, then in some way I'm not important to them in the way that I need to be in order for this to work, right? Those are my feelings. That's my truth. And so how do I honor that? Perhaps I step away from that relationship. I don't want to say perhaps I give them an ultimatum, but I take some sort of action that shows that if they're not going to take the action to meet me where I need them to meet me, then I'm going to meet myself there and maybe event somebody else, right? So that's an example of honoring your feelings. Setting boundaries is an example of honoring your feelings, right? Doing something that brings you joy is an example of honoring your feelings. And as we all take these inspired actions to honor our feelings, this is how we step up and lead, because people notice that. Even in this hypothetical relationship situation we were just talking about. Perhaps when you step away from the relationship because you're not receiving what you need, that person then gains a deeper level of respect for you, and they then want to rise up to meet that energy. And this know you are loved. This is just a reminder in general that we are loved so completely by spirit, by our own souls, our higher selves, our teams, our guides. We have so much love surrounding us all the time. So if we're feeling a lack of that in the outside world, first of all, if we're feeling a lack of that on the outside world, it's time to fill ourselves up with more of that. Remember, self-love. When we know that we are loved, we no longer feel the need to seek that validation, that reflection of love in the outer world. And then, of course, because we have now reduced its importance, there's no need there, right? We generally get that back anyway. But it's only after we stop striving to attain it. Then we have last quarter moon in Gemini coming out with new moon in Scorpio. Clear your mind and go deeper. And so this right off the bat, this is about meditating right here. Take that time to meditate. Take that time to get quiet. To clear the mind, to silence the chatter of the mind. That's how you hear the heart. That's how you move out of your emotion into your feeling. That's how you get the answers that you're seeking. For a lot of us, I feel like, especially coming out of Mercury retrograde, which we will, of course, have just been coming out of, when we experience this new moon, there's been a lot moving through our minds, right? Mercury retrograde for a lot of people tends to activate that monkey mind. So it's time to clear all that out. And to go deeper within the heart, because there's an answer within the heart. And this answer probably started coming through during that full moon in Cancer, but it may not have fully formed. And so we're being asked to go deeper within to find the answer that we need, to find the clarity that we need. There's a potential for deeper connection here too, especially if there is somebody in your life. This somebody could be you, or it could be another person that you've been having trouble connecting with. There's a possibility for deeper connection during this new moon in Aquarius. For more soul-centered communication, heart-centered communication. Yeah, this is just a big energy here with the clearing your mind. You could even do a meditation where you quite literally envision yourself sweeping out the inside of your mind. And this piggybacks right on the energy that we were picking up on the other day. I can't remember what the video was that we were doing. It might have been the live stream. This energy of there's something right in front of you that you've been missing. And you've missed it because there's been so much chaos and turbulence and clutter within the mental space. The answer lies in the heart, but we can't hear the heart with a busy mind. There are powerful lessons and opportunities for growth and learning that some of us have been missing out on to a certain extent, because we've been like, it's kind of like the mind has been analyzing and trying to understand everything, but it's been analyzing and trying to understand it from a limited perspective, from the perspective that created the problem or the situation in the first place, if that makes any sense. And so it's like, we're not going to figure out the answer. Actually, that's a complete sentence right there. We're not going to figure out the answer. We have to feel into the answer. We have to go deeper. We have to go beyond the mind. And then we have full moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. See that full moon in Cancer energy coming back up again. Yeah, so for a lot of us, our mind has been cluttered up by our fears. It's like something for some of us, and there's going to be different things for different people, but for some of us, it's like the thing that we couldn't see was that our actions that we thought were based out of love, or that we thought were based out of logic, or whatever the case may be, were actually based out of fear. In some way, our perception has been skewed by fear. Fear has been kind of like running the show. And this is going to take some people by surprise, because it's like, we really have not, that's a thing we've missed. It's been right in front of us, but we could not see that we were afraid. And that fear was dictating our choices. It was controlling our mental energy, which controls, as we learned during Mars retrograde in Gemini, right? Which then controls our physical energy and what we do. So it's like really allowing those fears to dissolve by clearing out that mental space and sinking deeper into the heart, deeper into the self, connecting more deeply with the soul. See the bigger picture? Full moon in Sagittarius, right? And the fact that we have so many new moon and full moon cards here shows me that yes, there is a lot of potential for creation, manifestation, new energy coming in, but there's also with that full moon energy a lot of big, powerful energy and emotion. Yeah, there's a bigger picture here that we're gonna miss if we're too stuck in the mind. All right, what else do I wanna pull a Wisdom of the Hidden Realms card for you guys. We haven't used this deck in a while. Let's see what guidance we can get from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Clear. This may be our closing card for today. What guidance for this new moon in Aquarius? Guidance for this new moon in Aquarius. All right. We have the Ringmaster of Scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, details. Once again, that discernment piece, that clarity, that need for clarity to look at the details. And the Hawk Prince, spirit communication, paying attention. Missing the detail. For some of us, it's like spirit has been not even just talking to us, but like literally screaming at us. And we've just been missing it. We've been missing, or we've been misinterpreting the signs and the signs and the synchronicities, the messages. And we have a 9 card and an 11 card here. And the 9 represents closure, right? So there's an energy here of, in order to tie up some loose ends, in order to complete something, we have to be able to see it clearly first. So really open yourself up to pay attention to the messages that Spirit is sending you. And don't try to analyze them. Try to just feel them in your heart. Try to be open to allowing, it's like, allow the pure downloads to come through without being skewed by the lower mind energy. Someone or something is trying to get your attention to show you what it is that you missed. Let's get a couple tarot on this. Clear. We have the High Lady of Love and Compassion on the bottom of the deck. Reverence, kindness, consideration. Give me a little bit more energy here. What is this thing that we're missing? This thing that we need better clarity around? The Hawk Prince. So the Hawk energy. Very important, very impactful here. Hawk medicine. Ace of Cups coming out. So this is around fulfillment. Doesn't necessarily have to be love. For some people it is. But this is fulfillment. This is the heart. It's a message from our own hearts. Got the dove in this card as well, right? So that bird energy. Really pay attention to birds here, you guys. Then we got the Eight of Pentacles here. All right, something that we've been working at. Putting time and effort into. And for many, this is that self-love energy, right? We've been spending a lot of time working on cultivating that. And remember that download that came through, we can just choose it. All right, we don't have to, there's really no work that needs to be done. Just make that conscious choice. I love myself. I don't need a reason for it. I don't need an explanation for it. I don't need validation for it. I simply do. Every day. All day long. Regardless of the choices I make, regardless of whether I say something or do something that I wish that I hadn't, I can still love myself through my mistakes, through my embarrassments. For some people, there's like an offer or an opportunity here that's been overlooked. Kind of like a Four of Cups sort of an energy. It's an opportunity to work at something, to build skill in some area. And this is some area of the heart or emotions. I think for some people, it's like something that we perceive as a challenge in our reality, as a negative experience or situation, is actually a powerful opportunity to step more deeply into our hearts, to open ourselves up to a deeper level of love, expressing, experiencing, understanding love through living it. And it may be presenting itself as the opposite of love, or as the opposite of an opportunity, right? But there is opportunity in it. It's like recognizing the opportunity in whatever situations you have been having to put a lot of time and work into. Especially the challenging ones. And we have the Empress with the Knight of Swords. Interesting combo here. Once again, that energy, the Empress embodies love energy, right? She's ruled by Venus. We see the symbol for Venus right here. She is birth. She is fertility. She is abundance. Working to create abundance. And it comes in swiftly with this Knight of Swords energy. Abundance comes in swiftly when we recognize the opportunity inherent in our circumstances. And this came through in a short that I just did on TikTok as well, for people wanting to increase their abundance. And what came through was random acts of kindness, being of service to others, and being and embodying and living an energy of gratitude. Seeing the blessing in everything currently present in our lives in order to allow our blessings to multiply. We got the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck too. So we have the Knight to the King. Clarity once again, right? Swords represents air energy. It's mind energy. It's clarity. It's speaking deliberately. Choosing our words deliberately. Taking swift action. The ladybugs, I'm being drawn to the ladybugs. I think they might actually be strawberries, but they look like ladybugs to me right now. On her dress. Yeah. There's luck and fortuitous circumstances hidden and woven into that which appears to be a challenge. Look for the opportunities that exist where you least expect it, or where they seem least likely to be. Yes, hidden in our challenges are the blessings. There are the recipe for this 10 of Cups. Ultimate fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. All right? 5 of Swords on the bottom of the deck there. So we start with the Ace and we end with the 10. All right, this is a full cycle here. This is where we start and then we work diligently to create our abundance, to birth our ideas, our inspirations into the world. We move swiftly with confidence and conviction. And this is what results. We release the energy of self-doubt, right? The Knight of Swords, he doesn't spend a whole lot of time, and definitely the King of Swords, right? He was on the bottom of the deck. Does not spend a whole lot of time second-guessing himself, right? He races right in. He knows what he stands for, he knows what he wants, and he's ready to go after it. Yes, there is a bit of impulsiveness here sometimes, and we don't want to necessarily be impulsive, but we do want to go after what we want. So this is also very simply saying, if we desire fulfillment, if we desire a cup that runneth over, then we must be willing to put in the effort to take the action to move us toward what we want. We must be willing to birth our ideas into manifested form. And I feel for someone here too with the 5 of Swords and the 3 of Swords underneath, and then we actually have the 10 of Swords underneath that with the Star. There's a lot of healing coming through too during this full moon, especially when it comes to a betrayal, when it comes to something that you've, it's like putting down. To me, the 5 of Swords represents a battle that is ended. All right. Walking away from the pain, knowing that we don't have to fight anymore, healing from a heartbreak, from a betrayal. I don't see the 4 of Swords here, but I'm feeling that 4 of Swords energy as well, right? Healing. Except part of our healing this time, and this is why we don't see the 4 of Swords, it's not about pulling back, it's about diving right in. Diving into that next thing, diving into your passion, diving into the thing that will fill your cup. And recognizing the opportunities for that, and recognizing where your struggles have actually been opportunities to dive in deeper. And when I mean dive in deep, when I say dive in deeper, it's like deeper into yourself. To heal on a more deep level. To grow and expand in powerful ways. Clear. The Fool there with the 8 of Swords when I was putting the cards back in the deck. Freeing ourselves of the constraints of the mind. Going beyond the mind. And look who's on the bottom of the deck as I'm done shuffling there. Brand new start. Big, fresh, new energy coming in. Should we be ready to embrace it? All right, you guys, I love you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and let me know if you know somebody else who would enjoy this video. Go ahead and share it with them. There are links below to donate if you feel so moved to do so, but know that every like, every share, every comment, every subscribe is as good as a donation. Simply having your beautiful energy present with me is, I mean, that's everything that I need right there. You guys are amazing. I love you. I appreciate you so much. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you watch this video all the way through, then you should definitely subscribe. I gotta learn to say this stuff at the beginning. It's a very small, according to my statistics, it's a very small group of people who have probably watched this to its completion. I do think some people do what I do with longer videos, which is they watch snippets here and there when they have time. But I don't know, whatever. That's all neither here nor there. You guys are awesome. This new moon is so powerful. Really make the most of it. Shift those timelines. Focus on what you desire. Focus on what you are bringing into your reality. Focus to the reality that you want to experience and live that. See the hidden blessings and gifts in everything. The opportunities for growth, for expansion. Clear your mind. All right. I'll stop yelling at you guys now. I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.